Aloha Kauaʻi, Councilmember Bulosan here with Councilmember DeCosta with your update for December 6th, 2023 council meeting. We had a very productive meeting. It was all day. We're going to give you a couple of highlights. One of the big pieces that our job is for you is interviewing all of your board and commission members. We had several interviews today. Part of the process of that is doing interviews and then doing a resolution to instate these people for these positions. Boards and commissions is one of the unsung heroes, the volunteers that spend a lot of time within our community to serve on these boards and support our departments and our commissions that make some of these things possible for our community. Some of them are like open space or the Kauaʻi Police. So if you're interested in stepping up in a bigger role in our community, especially in local function, specifically local government, please check out the boards and commission on our website, kauaʻi.gov, to see what is available and utilize your expertise in the community so that you can support us, all of us in this island, to make sure that we're all safe, happy, and healthy, and we get all the resources that we got going. Part of today's discussion also was reappointments. So certain people have a certain amount of terms, so we go through all of that. And then we had a lot of communications, a lot of work that the administration is doing, from planning, who was applying for a NOAA grant, to our fire department and the police department doing several amazing things for our community. We did have two bills, one in first reading and second reading, and Councilmember DeCosta can brief on us on that.
Yeah, thank you for that, Councilmember Bulosan. You were very thorough. And a big shout out to Ho'ike Channel 53. You guys watch it. Good political communication from what happens in our council chambers to the public. And yeah, just a big shout out. Like, let's give some shout out to some of the interviewers who came through, because there are a lot of local people on the board of commission. So ethics, we got Amber. Wow, big time Amber. Thank you for serving. Charter review, we got Jan.
Yep.
Big time Jan, thank you. Old timer from Holland, actually.
Yep.
He said his Hollandaise sauce and eggs Benedict is the best.
Right.
I never tasted yet, but he's what he said. And then what about you do the service?
Yeah, civil service, we have PEKEA, who will be serving for the first time. A lot of our community members who have done this for the first time can be a big step and can be daunting, but you can make a big difference. And then we have for the Board of Review, Christopher and Jody. Both one is first time and one have served before, and so it's great to get people who have experience. And I want to recommend all the young people, if you're wondering what way you can give back, this is definitely one of the spaces, because one, you learn about your community and what you can do for the community, but secondly, you get involved really fast and you learn so much about what's going on.
Perfect. And big shout out. I'm going to give two shout outs to two of our interviewers on the commission boards. Number one, Amber Kaliko, Kamehameha graduate. Big time. Shout out to you for all the Kamehameha people. And Jody, husband Maui, firefighter, one of the strongest firefighters I know. Good man. And so big shout out. So bill number one for first reading. And before I jump in there, I want to do one of the communications, right? We talked about the $1 million climate resilient regional grant that we got. And everything's moving with the sea level rise and climate change, and the county would like to get more expert help to try and mitigate and officiate what building setbacks happen next to the ocean. But let's not forget, that person owns their land. That's their land. They should be able to build on their land if it's next to the ocean. Bill for first reading was a $1 million grant that we're gonna use for the fire engine at the Kaleo station. So I want to let our taxpayers know that public safety, Councilmember Bulosan, is the number one priority for your tax dollar. Fire and police. And when our fire trucks are old and reaching a fire that's not operating to its full potential, we may lose lives, right? So this is a very important one. So bill for first reading. And then, bill for second reading. I need to tell my buddy Robin Batman, we got the final vote on second reading. We got our bill passed. Rescue account, donation account, fire mitigation, potential using the funding for a bigger helicopter to fight fires, rescuing our tourists, our locals, having tourists held accountable for them being rescued. having the language strengthened in the bill so we can go after reimbursement charges, having an account for people that come to Kauai and enjoy our island and want to live back a little bit. They can put a donation to keep people safe in the water and in the mountains. So big shout out to you who was on the job 3 weeks. And I brought you in my office and I said, Councilmember Bulosan, I got this idea. And it was chiming in from the community. And it was a rescue thing. And you're like, let's go. You're so positive. Thank you so much. And then that bill got deferred.
Yeah, I want to thank Councilmember DeCosta for allowing me to work with him on this. It was his idea that first came on another bill that was deferred. It looked a little bit different than what it is now, but I still think it accomplishes what we hope to do, which is to support our emergency services to make sure that they get the proper equipment, make sure that we are holding people accountable to their rescue needs while making sure we're fiscally responsible. And so what happened is that we proposed an original bill that was eliminated at the first reading because of its changes that need to be made so it can best reflect what our community needs now. And in that moment, it felt like we weren't able to get the job done for what the community has been asking, right? The community, all of you have been asking that our places are respected, that people who use these locations for recreation do it safely, follow the rules. What this bill, Bill 2910, that passed for second reading, it basically grew out of all of these challenges of understanding what laws that we can put in place to make things possible. That way we can keep everyone safe. And part of that process was losing the first round of it and understanding that there's different ways and being creative of figuring out. And so I really appreciate Councilmember DeCosta for being part of that process and allowing me to champion and be part of that, because it is one of those things where you wish to make change quickly, especially when you get elected, because you don't want to waste time. But this is the one where even though taking a loss, you got to come and bring it back. And so 1 year later, it's very amazing to see that we can make an impact. And hopefully, through this bill, we hope that it inspires good people who've been wanting to do good, people who want to make sure that people get the service that they need and can generously donate. With this bill, we're creating a fund, an emergency fund, where if people donate, there'll be rescue funds so that people can get the care that they need.
Yeah. And I want to lastly chime in. One chime in is on this account that we created. And I say we because it was a tag team. And everybody think you run as a council member alone and you want to get re-elected and all. But let me just tell you that I could not have done this without you, Councilmember Bulosan. It was a tag team effort. Thank you for being who you are. You're a young, inspiring, young government official. And I'm proud to work with you. But another big thing about this, there's only 2 other states that actually have something like this. And we are the only state with the donation account tied into the language. So the linguistic part of the bill, the way it was crafted, was hours and days and meetings. And I remember, pounding on the table and saying, man, let's just scrap it. And you're like, no, we're going to do this, Councilman DeCosta. We can. And we went back to the drawing board, went back with the analysts and our council staff and your staff. And man, amazing what we crafted. And Chair Raposa called it brilliant. He literally said, he's been on the council for 18 years. I've never heard a verbiage like that before. Do you think we're brilliant?
I think you're brilliant.
No, you're brilliant. I'm handsome. Hoike 53. Stay tuned for more good stuff coming from the council. Yeah?
Aloha.
Aloha. Handshake one more time. Brotherhood. Yeah.